Hey, what is going on, guys? I am Cholo Tolentino and welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. Now, Vivo is going to be launching its new X series smartphones in the Philippines very soon. We got the X50 and the X50 Pro dropping locally. And for this video review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Vivo X50. Although this version might not have the same gimbal mechanism that the Pro version sports, that doesn't stop the X50 from taking great photos and being an excellent all-around phone. You get a textured dark blue square box with the X50 branding in front, much bigger than the usual smartphone packaging we get these days. Of course, first comes the phone, ours being in the glazed black colorway. You also get documentation with the SIM ejector tool, a USB-C cable, a 33-watt flash charge power brick, a jelly case, a USB-C to 3.5mm jack adapter, and the headset. Although the adapter is greatly appreciated, it's a bit weird that Vivo decided to give us a headset with a 3.5mm jack rather than the USB-C connector. But of course, you won't need to use either if you already own a pair of wireless earphones. For the body, you get a high gloss finish. And although this looks really good in my opinion, it's also a print magnet, and I found myself needing to wipe it down a couple of times during my review and also during my usage of the phone. The phone is quite skinny at 7.5mm thin, despite being a little bit on the hefty side. Looking around the phone, the power and the volume controls can be found on the right side, and the SIM tray, USB-C port, and speaker grill at the bottom. You are not getting a headphone jack for this one, so that 3.5mm dongle will be quite useful unless you really do prefer going wireless. Vivo has been installing a majority of its phones with the in-display fingerprint reader along with AMOLED panels, and the X50 is no different. Now, what sets this phone apart is the 90Hz refresh rate. This is the first Vivo phone officially sold locally with a high refresh rate display. You can really feel the difference when using the phone. Animations and scrolling are more fluid, and overall UI experience is smoother compared to the usual 60Hz displays. Vivo is serious in promoting the X50 as a phone that can deliver professional quality photos and even labeled professional photography at the top of the phone. We have a custom 48-megapixel main camera at f1.8 with a Sony IMX598 sensor that has 4-axis OIS, a 13-megapixel portrait, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 5-megapixel macro. Selfies are a strong point for any Vivo, and the X50 does not disappoint. Its 32-megapixel selfie camera delivered excellent amount of detail, even if we disabled any form of beautification. Together with its 4-axis OIS and Vivo's tweaked post-processing algorithm, the X50 delivered images that can rival those taken by more expensive flagship phones. Now let's check out some sample photos. The X50's amazing image quality is not limited to the main camera. All the cameras I mentioned take great photos thanks to the new post-processing algorithm. While the X50's 4-axis OIS is not as fancy and groundbreaking as the X50 Pro's gimbal stabilization system, it is definitely better than the conventional OIS systems used on most phones. Shooting full HD videos at 60 FPS is smoother than ever, and Vivo's Ultra Steady feature adds a layer of software-based stabilization to achieve results close to what you'd expect from dedicated action cameras. Although it may not be a deal breaker, please note that this phone has a bit of a camera bump. Thankfully, the jelly case included gives a bit of protection for this. Like the majority of mid-range phones in the market, the X50 comes with 8GB LPDDR4X RAM and 128GB UFS 2.1 storage. However, unlike the Chinese version of the X50 that comes with a 5G-ready Snapdragon 765G processor, the X50 available at our shores uses a Snapdragon 730 processor instead. While we question the processor of choice, especially at a time where 5G phones are slowly arriving at our shores, including the more premium X50 Pro, the Snapdragon 730 is still a very capable processor despite lacking 5G capabilities. The X50 Snapdragon 730 processor delivered good numbers as far as gaming is concerned. Even at the highest possible graphics settings, figures we obtained from Gamebench indicated that the X50 is a very capable phone for gaming. For titles like Marvel Super War and PUBG Mobile, Vivo's multi-turbo tech is on by default, so you're gonna be getting better performance from both titles. The Fun Touch OS installed in the X50 does well in battery life, and it shows. Even with the 90Hz refresh rate enabled, we managed to score a close to 13 hours on PC mark, which is honestly not bad for a skinny phone with a 4200 mAh battery. And there you have it, guys. Vivo's choice to use the Snapdragon 730 processor for the global version of the X50 instead of a stronger Snapdragon 765G processor is going to spark much debate, especially with the first crop of 5G phones coming to the Philippines, which includes the X50's Pro counterpart. However, if you are not after 5G, which is estimated to take a year or two before it gets fully rolled out in the Philippines, the X50 is one of the best performing phones in both photo and video. Its custom main rear camera and 4-axis OIS are powerful tools in helping the X50 deliver flagship-like photos and smooth video footage. Don't forget to check out the full review on unbox.ph. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, hit that notification icon if you want to get them updates whenever we drop a video. Once again, I am Cholo Tolentino, and I'll see you guys on the next video.